Hey nerds, Bevan here, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about Disney because Disney Plus just hit, was it last week? Yeah, it must have been last week or maybe it's 2 weeks ago by now, I don't really even know. Because I don't have it! I want it really badly, but right now it's not in the cards because I don't really have a really good box to play it on. But for now I just want to talk about really cool things from Disney. So this is a Disney Plus inspired tag video where I'm just going to go through a bunch of my little favorites. I'm making it up kind of on the spot, but essentially what I'd like to do is challenge myself to not talk about the same movie twice. So we're gonna go through a few different genres of movies, not genres, I meant eras of movies, a few different characters. We'll touch on Pixar and Star Wars and Marvel as well, so don't worry, I'm encompassing all of Disney. So we'll start with favorite movies. What I'm gonna do is break it down into 3 different eras. So we're gonna do modern, which for me is 2000 to now. We'll talk about the Disney Renaissance era, which starts with Little Mermaid in 1989, going up to, I guess, 1999, so just a 10-year span right there. And then the pre-Renaissance era, which is everything from 88 previous to that. And then I'll do my favorite overall Disney movie, which will supersede. I can't mention the same movie twice. So basically the 3 eras will be here, and then my favorite will be up here on top of all those other 3 that I just talked about. Are you confused? Because I think I am. So let's talk about pre-Disney Renaissance. So 1930, what did Snow White come out? 34 or 37, something like that, up to 1988. I don't go back and watch a lot of these. I've seen a few here and there over the last few years, and I had a whole bunch of them when I was a kid, but I don't really go back out of my way to watch anything from before The Little Mermaid. But one I watched a few months ago that I actually liked a lot more than I thought I would was Sleeping Beauty. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it had some pretty good action actually in it because of Maleficent turning into a giant fucking dragon and ripping shit up that way. So I enjoyed that, and because of that climax, I'll be putting this movie as my favorite pre-Renaissance Disney movie. Now, if you're my age, so I am 30, born in 1989, the same year as The Little Mermaid, these next 10 years of Disney from 89 to 99 is most likely your most well-remembered era of Disney. Because this is what you grew up on, and look at all the classics that came from this one. So Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King, Pocahontas, Mulan. But my favorite, which trumps all of them, is Hercules. Honey, I think you mean Huncules. Come on, come on! It's Hercules. It's the best one. And then my favorite movie from 2000 until now, so far anyway, because Frozen 2 hasn't come out yet, I am going to give it to Big Hero 6. It kind of came down to me between Big Hero 6 and Wreck-It Ralph, and I do love Wreck-It Ralph. However, I just love the cast ensemble, the ensemble cast of Big Hero 6, where it was like all these different personalities coming together, whereas Wreck-It Ralph 2 was really just the 2 of them. It was Vanellope and Wreck-It Ralph, and there was some side characters, but with Big Hero 6, you really had like a really nice team-based atmospheric movie. And come on man, it's Baymax. So Bevan, if these are your 3 favorite movies of these eras, but you can't talk about the same movie twice, what's your favorite Disney movie? My favorite Disney movie is Frozen, y'all. Before I jump into like my favorite Pixar and Star Wars and Marvel and stuff like that, I do want to talk about my favorite Disney characters. And again, I've broken it up into a few different subsections. Let's talk about my favorite princess, my favorite sidekick, my favorite hero, and my favorite villain. Oh, I forgot to mention my favorite live action movie, and I'm going to say 2017's Belle. I'm dumb. 2017's Beauty and the Beast is what I actually meant to say. Although I just saw Aladdin, and that's pretty close. I might go with Aladdin if I see it one more time. It was fucking phenomenal. Also, don't sleep on Jungle Book. That movie is amazing as well. So talking about my favorite princess, I'm gonna say Belle, not from the live action one, from the cartoon, so it's a different movie technically, but I'm saying Belle because I can't say Elsa because I already said Frozen. This is getting hard now. My favorite sidekick would be Pumbaa from The Lion King. So what's left? I got hero, and I've got bad guy, and I can't reference movies I've already talked about. I'd say my favorite hero, my favorite Disney hero from a movie would be Aladdin. I mean, plus he had like that monkey, and he got Jasmine, who's like super hot. Let's not kid ourselves, guys. But I would say Aladdin, but mostly because I can't say Hercules, because I already mentioned Hercules the movie. I made this way too hard on myself. Now I gotta figure out my favorite bad guy. Okay, so what have I taken off the list? I've taken off both Beauty and the Beasts. I've taken off Hercules. I've taken off The Lion King and Aladdin. Taken off Frozen and Big Hero 6 and Sleeping Beauty. Friggin' who is even left for bad guys? That's all of them. I guess I'll go with Ursula. She's kind of gross and very mean and vindictive and petty. So I'll go with Ursula for my favorite bad guy from a movie I haven't already talked about. But realistically, before her, I would have put Scar and Jafar and who's that dick from Frozen who breaks Anna's heart? Okay, now that the hard part is over and I've covered Disney stuff, let's move on, shall we? Let's talk about Pixar, and I'll talk about my favorite Pixar movie / no, not franchise. I'm gonna have to pick my favorite Toy Story movie. I can't sugarcoat it. Toy Story is like way up here, and like the next thing from Pixar is way down here. And then it goes like boom, 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 boom. Everything after that's pretty close. But like Toy Story is way up here, and then you have Monsters Inc. / University, and then like the rest of it. The rest of it's all really good, guys. I'm not saying it sucks. I'm just saying Toy Story is like the greatest thing Hollywood filmmakers have ever created. That's all I'm saying. Not a big deal. My favorite Toy Story movie is probably number 3, which is, it's really tough for me to say because they're all so fucking good. And number 1 is just an amazing, groundbreaking, world-changing classic. Toy Story 2 is so underrated. Jesse's story breaks my heart. However, Jesse is really annoying, so that brings it down a peg. The movie is awesome. It's just that one character really, really, really annoys me because her voice really, really gets to me. Number 3, though. Every time I see number 3, I cry. And it's not during the inferno where all the toys are gonna die because, you know, they're not. So it's fine. I cry every single time when Andy hands over Woody to Bonnie. Because Woody wasn't supposed to be in the box, but Woody also knew Andy needed to move on more than Woody needed to be with Andy. Seriously, guys. Toy Story 3. So now I gotta pick my favorite Pixar character, which is really tough because I took Buzz Lightyear off of the table. Buzz Lightyear, he's my number 1 right there. But if I had to pick a favorite Pixar character, who would it be? I think it would come down to between Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. / University I'm drawing a blank. I thought I had a second one in mind, but I'm just gonna go with Mike Wazowski. Little known fact, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that my girlfriend has a service dog named Sully, who is definitely named after James P. Sullivan from Monsters, Inc. Okay, so what else does Disney own? Oh yeah, they got Marvel. My favorite Marvel movie, above and beyond, and it's never really ever been close, is Captain America: Winter Soldier. This is like the perfect superhero movie, at least that Disney has done. I think there's other better ones than that. However, Winter Soldier is my favorite Disney Marvel movie from the MCU. My favorite Marvel character, I'd really like to say Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but that's such a gray area. It feels like a bit of a cop-out, so I'm gonna go with Chris Hemsworth Thor. especially with the short hair. I think he's just so fucking hunky with the short hair and the bare arms. He's like, I am Thor. And the last two things I'll talk about is Star Wars related. Again, favorite Star Wars movie, favorite Star Wars character. This is also kind of a weird gray area thing because there's 6 pre-Disney Star Wars movies and 4 Disney movies. 4 or 5? 4? Episode 7, Episode 8, Rogue One, so there's 4. There's 4. However, The Force Awakens is my favorite Star Wars movie overall, in general. A really, really close second is Revenge of the Sith, and a really close third is The Phantom Menace. Don't at me, bro. Movie's awesome. My favorite Star Wars character, just like my favorite movie, is The Force Awakens. It's a Disney reference, kind of. It is. Rey. Rey is my favorite Star Wars character. I am so hyped to see what she does in Rise of Skywalker. If they ruin her in this one, I'll just fall back on Obi-Wan Kenobi because he's my main dude through the prequels. Ewan McGregor, I'm so hyped for his Disney Plus series, which brings us all back around. I can't wait to get Disney Plus. If you made it this far, I want you to comment below and answer any of the questions I just answered. I feel like this video is going so long because I could probably ask myself 20 questions about Disney stuff. So just comment below, answer any of those questions. Favorite movie, favorite character, favorite Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel, it doesn't matter. Talk about Disney in the comments below. And then like the video, subscribe if you're not already because at the time of this recording, I'm at 225. For Christmas, I'd love to hit 250. That made me feel really good about myself, which really, this whole channel is just a big ego boost anyway. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at BevanBoydchuck, Facebook.com/BevanBoydchuck1. And until next time, folks, I'll see you next time, folks.